How's it going, everybody? Just doing a little bit of a hangout today. Nothing special, just chilling. Like play a little cat goes fishing or something like that. But for the most part, it's just a chill out. I decided I just want to hang out, not have to think about anything, grab a nice stick, and chill with you guys. So hopefully, some people start to trickle in, and I know it's a Friday night, but we're all still in quarantine. Well, at least a good hunk of us. So hopefully, some people come on in and just chill out, have a good time. I think with the sun coming in, we have some extra light, so I might bump down the ISO just a little bit. Bump the ISO. Oh, jeez. Come on. I can bump the ISO here. Oh, wrong button. That one. Other way. Just focus this. Should come back in a second. Just hold on. It's just weird how the camera works. To get rid of that focus window, you have to actually take a picture. Oh, it's thinking about it. Come on, I'm back. There we go. And then it gets rid of it. It's really strange. But there we go. All right, that looks a little better with the ISO. Now I'm not like super overexposed. A little better here. Let's see. Where are we with everything? Some people are just going to be trickling in here. It's a nice chill evening. Mowed the lawn earlier, so I got that done, so that's good. Am I an astrophysicist? Nope. I have a strange question. Is this a setup for a really bad joke? You can probably bump this out a little. Oh, of course, you can see my green screen over there, so too far. Yeah, whatever. I'm going with the Cinco Vegas Gold tonight. Just a big old Churchill. Actually, it might even be an 8. That's a 7. Big old Churchill day. Anything going on? A big cigar? Yeah, well, I mean, it's standard Churchill size, so it's probably a 7 by 50. So 7 inches long by 50/64ths of an inch. How cigars are measured. How's it going out there in Twitch land and in YouTube land and wherever else you might be watching? Difference between a cigar and a cigarette? Okay, so a cigar is all of it is tobacco leaf. So even on the outside, this is tobacco leaf. Also, this is a handmade cigar. So what the inside is actually whole leaf tobacco. So the leaf runs the entire length, whereas cigarettes, one, they're wrapped in paper, and they're a lot smaller, of course. And it's just shredded tobacco into little pieces. So, like I said, this is what's called long filler. So that the what's rolled up inside runs the entire length, or for the most part. And cigars are much more of a flavor thing. So it's not to deliver like nicotine. Most people who smoke cigars, they don't actually inhale, they just take the smoke into their mouth, and it's for flavor and not for nicotine delivery. So it's just kind of a chill, relaxing thing. This is a Cinco Vegas Gold, so 5 Vegas, Cinco Vegas Gold. That is what we are going with tonight. They're actually not that. These ones aren't that expensive. They're about $3 to $4 online. You can find them from places like Cigars International. So they're pretty good. They're super mellow too. They used to be a lot cheaper before a whole bunch of taxes got levied, but for the most part, you can get them. I don't know, maybe $3-4 a stick, something like that right now. It's probably the price. This one, I'll have to check. I have the number written down. I'll have to check how old this one is, but it's been around for quite a while. And why am I checking out the bear dance? I went on a blind date, girl, and she was really nice. We call those fat boys. What are we calling fat boys? The cigar? And top tips, yes, you are wrong. If you ditched a girl because she has an issue with her bone marrow. Like, is she terminally gonna die like in the next 20 days, or are we talking about that's just an ongoing issue? That's cold, man. That's cold. Well, I mean I mean there are bone marrow issues that are not like terminal. And even then, there are therapies and stuff that can prolong life for quite a while. Might be a little bit too serious of a conversation for this. Hey, what's up, James? How's it going? We have to do a stream together sometime. It's been a while. I think it's time that you and I just connect up and we do a stream. What's the point of getting to really like to know someone? Well, that's the whole point. You use the time that you have. Don't don't de- don't just ditch it because you think you don't have much time. We all have no idea how much time we have, so enjoy the time you got. What's up, Lycans? Glad you arrived. James, tonight I've gone with the Cinco Vegas Gold. I'm assuming this is Churchill. I'll have to check my notes, but it's a lot bigger than the Robustas I usually go for, so I'm assuming this is a Churchill tonight. And given the number that's written on it, it's probably at least 5 years old at this point. Or at least it's been in my possession for the last 5 years. Make sure I don't run over my dog's tail here. All right. So we're going with dating advice from Zoic Stark here. Or life advice. Especially over on Twitch, because I'm probably in the top like 5% of oldest people on Twitch. Anyways, James, what do you think we should get together and do a co-stream sometime? From your nice snazzy house that you just got. Okay, let's work on some of this chat windows here. Chat. Get the YouTube chat. Gotta get the new link. You're moving, but maybe we'll finally set up your new office in a few weeks. Sounds good. Gotta get back to work. What time? Oh, yeah, it's probably what, only 3:30 there? The 3:30 or 4:30 there? You guys are a non-switching time zone, so. Who are we referring to as Eric Jr. these days? Talking about the dog? Dog went to the vet today, got a bunch of shots. He's not super happy. She's just sleeping now. What's up, Pango? Robert Blood. What's up? Pensado, I did? What? Are you asking if this is a Pensado? I don't think it's that size. I don't even know if they make it in that size. They do make a Presidente. I don't think this is a 54, though. I'm pretty sure this is the Churchill size. Yeah, this has got to be the Churchill size, because that's not a 54. Oh, you're going with a Alec Bradley Prensado. Good, good, good. Will we see wife again at 10K? Maybe. The Alec Bradley Prensado. I had the Alec Bradley Prensado. I'm not sure if I have. I'll have to check my list here. Cat goes fishing. Have her play Cat goes fishing. Let's see, cigars, Alec Bradley. I actually have two Prensados in my collection. I just haven't had one of them yet. It's also in my blind review tray. So, whenever my wife decides to pick it when I do a blind review, that is when I will have it. Cinco Vegas Gold. So 5 Vegas Gold. Cinco Vegas. That or Doom Eternal at max settings. I don't know if my computer can handle max settings for Doom Eternal. I mean, it'll be cutting it close, I'm guessing. It'll probably be able to pull out 60 frames. Maybe even not. I don't know. I don't even know if my system would be able to handle that. I'm running so far behind as far as my motherboard and CPU go. Okay, so the Cinco Vegas Gold is already aged 5 years. And let me check the number on this one when I received it. Just looking at the number, I'm guessing it's pretty old. This stick has been in my possession since December of 2015. So, with it already being aged 5 years, this is at least 10 years old at this point, probably. So, I'm guessing the tobacco is actually pushing 12, 13 years old. It's harvested 12, 13 years ago. It is like super chill, super smooth right now. This is this is the only other Churchill I have. I do have 2 of these in Toro size. So yes, this is the 7x50. According to my notes. I number all my sticks when I get them. I put a little label on, put it on the back, so 178. Where am I going here? 178. Then I put it in a big old spreadsheet. When I got it, where it came from, sometimes where it came from, I have a note section. But mostly when I got it, and the various stats. Really light chocolate and cedar. That's what I'm getting off of this one. They're really, really good. I should buy some more and let them sit for 5 years again. I don't even know how much they're charging these. Churchill is 85 for a box of 20. Man, that's so much more than they used to be. They used to be like $2 a stick. They've gone up in price a lot over the years. It even used to be less than $2 a stick. You can get the gold sampler, which is 20 sticks for $65. So you get 5 torpedoes, 5 Toros, 5 Robustos, and 5 Churchills. So that's probably the better way to go, the cheaper way to go. You don't mind not getting it in a box. That is the way I would go, at least. Dog is so... Gotta go to the vet today. Got a bunch of shots. Oh, damn. Stream Beats, they added even more songs. Check stream. Why? What's up with it? There's something weird. Is the sound off? Bars on my end. I don't check Steam. Got it. Victor. Did I see the new Bill and Ted trailer? Yes, I did. I have not heard of Victor. then Loyalty and Blood. Is that the sequel? Let's see. Check the store pages here. Ooh. Looks like a side scroller of some kind. Oh, the Enforcer Edition is... Oh, man! That's a heavy discount for today. Looks up your alley? Yeah, it does. Came out 2014, but yeah, that looks sweet. That looks fun. I had never even heard of this game, but it completely looks like a game that I'd like. Who made it? Shorebound Studios. What else did they make? Games that I've not heard of. Bob Was Hungry. Bob is hungry. All of their games are on sale at 90%. Almost all of their games are on sale for 90% off. Wow. So if anybody is looking for Victor, it's 79 cents on Steam right now. Then Spectra Ball looks like Super Marble Madness, basically. Is on sale for 49 cents. Still waiting for Castlevania and Contra to go on sale. Fun. Move over here a little bit. Center myself in all this text. Thoughts on Bill and Ted? I don't remember them. It looks very goofy. The trailer for the new one looks freaking ridiculous. And they look super old. Like, Keanu Reeves needs the beard to not look like super old, like from John Wick and whatnot, but seeing him clean shaven in the Bill and Ted trailer makes him just look really old. I know it's Friday night though, so I'm not expecting a ton of people to show up. They might be doing something else. Depending where you are, might be actually some nice weather. It's actually really nice out right now. It's like 72 outside right now. Sun is just up behind the trees where I am. Which is better, Contra or Castlevania? I played way more Contra than Castlevania when I was a kid. because that was the game to have when it first came out. Everybody I know had it. Everybody knew the 50 guy code. I mean the 30 guy code. So we would just run through that game. I never realized how short that game actually was until I played it recently, and you can get through it in like 15 minutes. You can get through the whole game in like 15 minutes. I think the speed run record is like under 6 or 7 minutes, something like that. What's the speed run? Speed run. Contra. Oh, the ending percent's actually just under 10 minutes. But yeah, like you can get through the game pretty comfortably in 15-20 minutes. Never realized how short that game actually is. I was never able to when I was a kid, but I managed to beat it without the 30 guy code as an adult. A couple years ago. How do soundtracks work on Steam? I am not 100% sure. Let me check. See in the library. Soundtracks. There's a download. Let's see, download. But I think you only play it. I don't know. I don't know how if you can play it elsewhere. Yeah, not sure. Not totally sure how it works. YouTube it, I guess. Soundtrack will be downloaded in your Steam game folder, and it will be in MP3 format. Okay, so when you download it through Steam, you can then just snag the MP3s out of the folder where it downloads you to. When will you get caught up on games? Dude, I keep getting more games. I have no idea at this point, because I have so many. I need to finish Warriorb. On my list, I have 20XX. I have Axiom Verge to play. I have Broken Age. I have Celeste to finish. I have... Well, it's Divinity Original Sin 2. I haven't even installed that yet, and it's been a long time since that came out. I got Don't Starve. I have Don't Starve Together. I have Evo Land 1 and 2. Play. I got Gene Shift. I got Grand Theft Auto. I have the games that have been coming out on Epic, which is a bunch. I don't even want to go check my Epic folder. I have Soutful or Usurper. I have Skull. I have South Park: The Stick of Truth. I haven't played. I haven't finished They Bleed Pixels. Haven't even touched Torchlight or Torchlight 2. Haven't touched VVVVV or VVVVVVV. Super Win the Game. Still haven't played that. I have Psychonauts I haven't touched. Path of Exile I haven't touched. I have a whole bunch of Oddworlds that I haven't touched. I got Maniac Mansion, Marble in the Wood, Kevin and the Infamous Machine, Indiana Jones. I have Grim Dawn. I have so many freaking games. I never even played Spore when I don't like. I heard it was good. I just don't. Here, let me send more. Yeah, I'll take Spore, but again, I'd have no idea when I'm even gonna get around to these things. Definitely gonna have to film a whole bunch of news came out today, so I'm gonna have to film a news segment for That's Wrestling later. Get that up online. Yeah, given how many games I got, it's gonna be a long time. Let me check what I have in my Epic games library. I got Borderlands 2, I have Crashlands, I have Death Coming, Hob, Grand Theft Auto 5, Figment, Overcooked, Civ 6. So much. So many games. Dude Simulator? What is that? Dude Simulator? Is this like Goat Simulator? Is it from the makers of Goat Simulator? I set Steam up on my wife's computer, so she can play the games that I have. I mean, her computer's not going to be able to handle, like, super heavy games, but Cat Goes Fishing, I'm pretty sure she can handle. And, Ori, I think you've sent enough. Yeah, I think I have enough. Good thing I haven't sent any hand. Yeah, please don't. I'll send those back. Darkest Dungeon wants to update. Destiny wants to update. So many updates. She wonder why I have so many weird games. No, because she hasn't even like opened Steam. And I think I only have set it up so I share specific games, so I don't think she can see my entire library. Because half the library won't be able to run on her computer. She just has a Surface 2. So it's hilarious running Fortnite. It barely makes 30 frames on Fortnite at the lowest of the low settings. Like, Fortnite runs better on my cell phone than it does on her computer. What else is going on? Not a whole lot going on. Everybody's just kind of stuck in quarantine these days, and there's a little bit opening up here and there, but mostly I just stay home all day. We play Steam World Dig? I don't even know what that is. Like Dig Dug? It's a platform mining adventure. Strong Metroidvanian influences. Sounds like a game I'd like. Damn, after sitting for 5 years in my humidor, this is an excellent stick. It's been a long time since I've had one of these. According to my list, 3 years ago was the last time I had one of these. Have the 3DS and the Xbox One versions. I'm gonna have to get myself a new controller. I've like started to wear out the rubber on the analog sticks on the one I got. And they have an updated version too. Not version 2. Have a updated version also. Buy a Duke controller. Why? Looks like the original Xbox One controller. I mean, sorry, the original Xbox, the first Xbox, because it has the black and white buttons on the top. Mine is awesome. I don't... Does it feel like an Xbox controller? Because I hate... The button throw is too far. The button throw on the face buttons is just just too much. I don't like how the button throw is compared to like the original Nintendo. Even the current Nintendo, the button throw is way better than the Xbox. The Xbox button throw is too much. That's one huge downfall for the Xbox. They haven't fixed their button throw. Like, they messed around too much. It needs to be closer. It needs to be shorter. Like the original Nintendo's, and I'm pretty sure PlayStation's button throw is the same as Nintendo's. And I hate how convex they are. They should either be flat or they all should be concave. Like the buttons on the XY button on the Super Nintendo, or a very mild convex like the AB. But I just don't like how it's just like a big bubble that you're trying to hit. It's kind of uncomfortable. I'm okay with like the hand feel. It's just the face buttons I just can't play. Not a huge fan of the face buttons. No, I'm definitely gonna snag myself another 8-bit dough. SN30 Pro. Maybe the Pro Plus. Probably the SN30 Pro. Any games that I'm looking forward to? Games that are coming out? For games that are coming up, the Super Meat Boy sequel. There is a new Oddworld coming out this year as well, I believe. Let me check. I haven't checked the release schedule for a while. But definitely the Super Meat Boy and the new Oddworld. Are they remastering like all the all the Metroids? It looks like all the Metroids are being remastered and coming out. Their remaster of Hob coming out. Yeah, I don't think this list is current because they say Marble and Wood is coming out September 14th, but it's already out. Let me find a better list here. Oh, Silk Song. Silk Song is the one I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if there's a date on it yet. I'm guessing there isn't. Ori already came out. Axiom Verge 2 is coming out, but I still haven't played the first one, so I'm looking forward to playing the first one. Super Meat Boy Forever. No release date on that yet. Like I said, Oddworld's coming out. Then, let's see. Alright, there's one more on here. Carrion. No release date on that one yet either. But those are the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. But the top one is Super Meat Boy Forever, and Silk Song. Those are the two on the top of my list. There's a few other I'd like to keep an eye on. Foregone could be interesting. There's a game called Recompile, which is actually a 3D Metroidvania. And then Son of Crimson. And Gravity Circuit. Oh, and Kunai? I don't know how to say that. Kunai. Oh, and Batbarian. Like an interesting one too. Uh-oh, am I glitching here? Yeah, let's pause that. Hopefully I'll regain here. Steam decided it wanted to download massive updates for everything. Did I watch yesterday's PlayStation Live event? No. I've been out of consoles for quite some time at this point. Am I still glitching? I think we're catching up here. Hopefully everything will get caught up in a second. So no, I did not watch the PlayStation Live. I watched the PlayStation tech reveal from, what is a couple months ago, and nothing really tickled my fancy there. But again, I've been out of consoles for so long. I haven't had a console since the 360 and the original Wii. Then I just went back. I just stuck with computers. Like, just the tech reveal wasn't that exciting. Like, I think they're over-promising the abilities of what they have in there. But it's been so long, I can't remember any of the details. Not happy with Resident Evil 8? Why, what's up with it? Just because is it going to be like exclusive to PlayStation and that's why you're not happy, or is it look like crap, or it's not going to come out until PlayStation is released? Play Half-Life. I played the original. Well, I played played Half-Life way back in the day. There were a lot of fun mods for Half-Life. That was kind of the best part about it. We used to play. I don't know what it was. Is the president? You had the president, then you had bodyguards, and then you had the opposite team was assassins, and they had to try to kill the president. That was fun. That was a really good one. We played that so much. Versus the bad guy and werewolves. Not sure what that means. I didn't play any of the Resident Evils. Wait, isn't that one you sent me? That's in my Steam library too. Little Kraken in the wrapper. All the games are zombies are bioweapons. Oh, you're saying the first 7 where zombies are bioweapons, but now this one is going into werewolves and person. Beg me to play Resident Evil 4. It's on the list. It's just a really big list at this point. They always had really nice wrappers on the Cinco Vegas. Or bands. Really nice bands. Nice thick paper. They're all embossed. It's just really classic looking. Hopefully I'll love it. Play with the wife. Is it multiplayer? Or just play in the dark? yeah, I mean, I have a long list. I only have so much time. Right now, it's trying to figure out, concentrating on what content should I be focusing on. Just remember. When you get to the lake, shoot the water before getting in the boat. Okay. And play it in the dark. It's weird. On Twitch, I had like a sudden influx right at the beginning of people watching. And then they all went away right when I... Yeah, it was weird. I don't know if people just check out streams as they go live for whatever reason. I don't know. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Don't understand why about the lake. I don't even know what we're doing this weekend. I don't think anything. I mowed the lawn throughout the week, so there's not really any lawn mowing I gotta do. I went through the berry bushes today and got them all weeded, so I think it's probably going to be cleaning up raised beds. That's probably what I'll be doing this weekend. Speaking of which, that just reminds me. Send somebody a message. Maybe because you're not playing the best right. Wait, what'd I say to elicit that response? Yeah, I'm not sure what I said to elicit that. Left the stream of Twitch. Oh, well, it was set to. I didn't. I mean, the title is the same, and it's in the just chatting category, so they knew what it was when they got here. And I don't think it was subscribers. I don't recognize the names. Or followers, I guess they call them over on Twitch. This delay is horrible. Did I have it on low latency. It should only be 15 seconds. Oh, and then plus from restream. So restream might be a little... Oh, it's probably from all that buffering that happened. That is probably what happened. I think that buffering that happened when Steam decided to try to update a bunch of stuff. I think that's what happened. Smoking a Plancia Alma Forte. Weird shape. Followers will explode with Resident Evil 4. If only that were true. I need to figure out some way to explode my... I don't want to blow up my followers. I want the number of them to explode. I'll have to check out that cigar that you're talking about here. Oh. Yeah, that is kind of... Oh, is it the... Is it the Solomon shape that you're smoking? Yeah. Solomon, yeah. Yeah, this is a really weird shape. I don't think I've ever had... No, I have. I've had one that were shaped that. Maybe only one or two, though, of a cigar that had the Solomon shape. Yeah, you don't see that shape very often. You don't see the... What is it? Is it called the double torpedo? Like the classic cartoon cigar shape. You know, tapered on both ends. Are shapes. I'm pretty sure. Is it called a double torpedo? The Perfecto. That's it. Perfecto. In English, it's probably double torpedo or something like that. Lit it and then proceeded to instantly drop it because it was heavy on the end. That's kind of funny. And it's like tapered down to the cap. So it's kind of a weird shape. Yeah, you don't see that shape very much. You definitely don't see the Perfecto really that much anymore. Rarely ever see that. You pretty much see the Torpedo, Bellicoso, and Parejo. The regular Parejo shapes. But like pyramids, you almost never see those anymore. The Perfectos you rarely see. Presidente. Also called the Salmon or Solomon. Graduated a few weeks ago, but I don't know what I want to pursue. then I'd say go off into the real world and find a job while you do. Instead of wasting the money on education you might not use. Take a year off. Do what you can. Get a job. I don't know. Figure out what you like. Like, what do you like to do now? Like, what do you like to... What are your hobbies? Drew Estate makes a huge... yeah, they make a huge pyramid. It's ridiculous. They also make... Aren't they the ones that make the giant egg? The crazy huge egg thingy that they had a while ago? Do they even still sell that? Oh, you can still get it! They still make it. Yep, Drew Estate's the one that makes the egg. $16 for one. Yeah, I'm at they're out of stock at JR's. Gar International, do they still have them? No longer sold it. Okay, so you can probably only... Maybe you can only get them at a few sites that have them left. Famous has them still. You can get one from Famous. They're $20 there. When am I gonna get super fit and huge? I'm hopefully fit and small will be better. I've been working on it. I don't know, I think I'm down like 8 pounds in the past couple weeks. So let's keep that momentum going and that'll be nice. I'm into music, into creating stuff, but I'm having a hard time thinking of stuff to create. Well, if that's the case, then take specified classes. So if you're into creating wood stuff, take a class at the local woodworking place. If you want to do artsy stuff, go take a painting class, or you know, you want to do stained glass or something like that. I don't know. Probably missed what order you're smoking. Yeah, so this is the Cinco Vegas, or the 5 Vegas, Cinco Vegas Gold. It's the Churchill's Eyes, a lot smaller at this point. It's already aged 5 years, and it's been in my humidor for 5 years, so this is at least a 10-year-old stick. But it's really, really good. I haven't had one for about 3 years. I haven't had a Cinco Vegas Gold for about 3 years, which was the duplicate of this one. It's really good. I still have 2 more Toro size in my humidor, so I will be able to come back to them. Do steroids just like Billy Graham wants? What? Well, I'd like to rock climb, so that requires you to be light and strong, not heavy. The heavier you need, the power to weight ratio be as lopsided towards the power as possible. Yeah, I rarely get to cigar. I pretty much never get to a cigar that's been in my humidor for less than a year. Everything is probably always going to be a year old by the time I get to it, just because my collection's so huge. I buy them faster than I smoke them, which means the oldest stuff just keeps aging and aging and aging. So I don't know. Let me give me 2 seconds and I'll give you an average here. Average. So, of the cigars in my humidor right now that I have not smoked, I guess they wouldn't be in my humidor if I smoked them. So the average age in my humidor right now is 3.8 years for what's in my humidor. That's the average age. So I got stuff as old as... I have something that's 14 years old in my... I might not have that. I'm not sure if I still have that one. I have a ton of stuff that's 8 and 6 years old. Okay, so I have a Cusano 18 that has been in my humidor for 6.5 years. So it's already 20. The tobacco's already 24 years old at this point. So it's been in there quite a while. The Cusano 18s were awesome. I don't know if they discontinued them or not. I have a ton. Wow, I have a lot. I have like a ton of Gurkha vintage Shaggies, which are already aged 8 years, that I've had for 4.5 years, and they were being discontinued at the time. So I'm guessing, or they're being clearance at the time, so I'm guessing they're already a couple years old at that point as well. So we're looking at 16-year-old tobacco there. What other interesting stuff do I got? I have a bunch of Rocky Patel vintage, so I got a bunch of 1990s, 1992s, 99s, 2003s. They're all been in my collection for 6.5 years now. I have a bunch of Alec Bradleys that have been in my collection for 4 years. I have a bunch of Camachos that have been in mine for 1.5 years, including 5 pre-embargo Cubans, which that tobacco is over 60 years old now. Do I know self-defense? Not so much hand-to-hand combat self-defense. I know a bit of pistol self-defense, but that's about it. Hand-to-hand, not so much. Yeah, like I said, I just keep adding to my collection. I try to buy samplers as much as possible. I rarely buy boxes of stuff, but I actually did buy 2 boxes. I bought 3 boxes today. I bought a box of Nestor Reserve from 2000 off of a guy who is getting rid of it because getting rid of his dad's collection because his dad has ALS and can't smoke anymore. So, kind of sad, but I picked up a box of 2000. So picked up a box of those today. So those are 20 years old at this point. I picked up a 3-pack of some CAO La Anniversaires from 1998, which those are already heavily aged anyways, so those are going to be pretty old. And then I actually bought a couple new boxes. I bought a box of Cane Connecticut's today and Cusano Maduros today. And those should be here soon. I just actually got the shipping notice, so they probably will be here by the end of next week. Learn Muay Thai. I don't even think I could learn Muay Thai around here where I live. There's like probably nowhere I could even go for that. And right now, it's not like anybody's doing close contact training of any kind, given the current pandemic situation. That would be difficult. I really need to go clean up my range out back and do some pistol drills, because it's been a while. I haven't done any shooting since last summer, so I need to clean up my range. It's a little overgrown at the moment. That can be some of my projects when I'm out of a job this summer. All the hobbies that I like are expensive. That's my problem. Games are expensive. Shooting gets expensive. Shooting gets really expensive. Cigars are expensive. Speaking of which, had your yearly blood work, had them add the COVID antibody test. You were sick back in mid-March. Did the COVID come back that you actually have the antibodies to do it now? Show the goods, we still need a tour. Of what? Of my cigar collection? Probably isn't positive. Had the plague and didn't know it. Yeah, actually, so that's one thing. They did a random sampling of people in New York State and found that like 12% of the people in New York State that they tested had the antibodies. So is that they all got infected, or has there been some sort of strain that caused the same antibodies? That's the question. Of course, the sample could be skewed as well because it was early in the shutdowns and it was people who were still going out and about doing stuff. So it wasn't as random of a sampling. It was people going out and about, so we'll see. For my cigars, yeah, I will have to do that at some point. Can't do it right now because the camera's mounted and won't be able to do it live. I'd have to set up for that. Lost sense of smell. Off for 3 weeks. No breathing issues, thankfully. Had a fever. As long as there was no permanent damage, you got off good on that one. So that's been a big thing. Even if you survive, there's a lot of people who are just experiencing a lot of long-term damage because of it. Am I gonna get a PS5? No. I would rather spend the money to upgrade my PC. I'd need to do an entire PC build at some point, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. The PC I have now should be able to survive for a while. I've upgraded to the fastest CPU that my motherboard will take. So that's so I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out on, well, I could upgrade. I'm at the max RAM. I'm at the fastest CPU I can get for the motherboard. I've upgraded my video card, but I could upgrade it again. Basically, the only thing left that I can upgrade that would do anything of substance is upgrade the video card. After that, I need new motherboard, which then would require new CPU, which would then require new RAM. This RAM won't be compatible with isn't compatible with the next generation of processors. So I would need to replace CPU, RAM, and motherboard, and that's going to cost like $1,000 to get up to at least a decent spec. Do you like Alienware PCs? Not since they've been purchased by Dell, which was years and years ago at this point. At this point I wouldn't even bother buying an out-of-the-box PC unless it was a laptop that was just meant for light work. I would just build my computer. Build it to the specs you want. build it so there's upgradability if you want, which is kind of how I did with this PC. I actually bought the bottom line stuff that could go in. I bought the lowest CPU that came for this board, waiting for prices to come down, and then I upgraded to the highest CPU later. What computer's the best for 2020? Probably if you built a I don't know when the new Ryzen's come out, but like current, get the Ryzen 3 is the Ryzen 3900 would be the CPU that I'd start with and go from there. Haven't built one in 5 years. Yeah, dude, okay, so I hadn't built a computer since 2002, and then I built this one back in 2016. So I went 14 years without building a computer, and I put it together and it booted up first try. I had no error codes or anything, all booted up on my first try. So everything's exactly the same. You still, the only thing that's changed is stuff is faster, but you still have all the same parts. You still have your CPU, your motherboard, your RAM. You hook up your hard drives, and you throw in a video card, and you're basically good to, and a power supply, of course. But other than that, it's really all the same. Nothing has really changed as far as the main components. It's just different interfaces now. Other than that, yeah. Yeah, it is a great feeling, especially after not putting the other one for 14 years. Put it all together, push the button, and it went straight into installing Windows. And I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't have any problems. Everything was hooked up correctly. It's like I'm like building blind because I'm like, yeah. But now, yeah, it's super easy. I mean, it depends how much money you have. You want to, like, if you have unlimited cash, yeah, you could build an insane computer. But say a decent value for the money, I would go with the AMD Ryzen 3900 at this point. You can pick those up for under $500. They are ridiculously fast. The motherboard's going to probably cost you $200. Throw in 32 gigs of RAM, you're looking at another $200, so $900 for the base, and then whatever you want for graphic card. You'd get away with something like the GTX 1660 Super if you really wanted to, or get something like the Radeon 570 XT, which is going to be around, I don't know, $400, something like that. And then you have and just load it up with whatever hard drives you want, solid state drives. This one's water cooled, so I have the all-in-one unit water cooler for this. And even at max, my old CPU at max running at 100%, it would peak at like a whopping 131 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius, I don't know. So that's super low. And then the max for the Xeon that I have in there now, the hottest it's ever got is 161 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's way under the high working temperature, which is somewhere around 90 Celsius, which is what, like 190 degrees, 195 degrees, something like that. What's not good enough? The Ryzen 3900? Or do you want to go for a crazy Threadripper? Like a 64 logical core Threadripper. With 128 gigs of RAM. And then RAID 4 solid state hard drives. That would haul ass. But the fourth gen Ryzen's will be coming out this year, most likely. Should have the fourth gens, and those should probably be awesome. They'll should be cheap. Make it beefier. What beefier? I mean, like I said, you could put a $15,000 Threadripper in there if you wanted to, if you have the money. But if you want to keep a build under like $2,000, then probably gonna want to go with like the 3900. Make it boot faster than I can play. Yeah, it'd be fun to raid like 4 solid state hard drives together as your boot drive. Basically, at that point, you're gonna bottleneck your frickin'. This is the Blue Yeti. It's a pretty popular USB mic. The Snowball is cheaper, but I'd still go for the Yeti because it has gain control specific on the mic. It also has different pickup patterns that you can use. So it has a single pickup, has a stereo pickup, one on back and forth, has both sides, and then it has what else does it have? So it has a stereo pickup, all around pickup, and then like a cardioid pickup. So it's got a bunch of different pickup patterns, and then it also has gain control on the back as well. Definitely get a pop filter. I paid a whopping this stand and shock mount and pop filter cost me a whole $25 on Amazon or something. But definitely get one because the mount it comes on is not shock mount and any vibration on the surface. So if I had it when I had it on the old the stand it came with, just the vibration from the hard drive on my computer, which is sitting on the desk, you could hear it in the microphone even on the other side of the desk. So definitely get yourself a shock mount. You don't have to go super expensive. Like I said, this was, I don't know, $25-30 or something for this setup. But the Yeti itself is, I don't know, somewhere around. They have the Yeti Nano too, but get the original Yeti. It costs a little bit more. I think it's between $100 and $120, something like that for the Yeti, and the Nano is, I don't know, $90 or something. But it doesn't have as many controls. So I'd still say get the regular Yeti. Play Maniac Mansion. I doubt it's even coded to run at more than 60 frames anyways. And I don't think your computer's doing any rendering, so it's not going to change anything. I think it's probably a CPU render, isn't it? Isn't it just going to be regular? It's set sprites. It's all sprite rendered, right? Your GPU is not doing anything, I doubt, in that game. It's all pre-rendered sprites. At least I'm assuming that's the case. That's how it was originally, because you didn't have graphics cards back in when you had your 386s. Hell, I don't even know what Maniac Mansion could run on. Could it run on a 286? Could it run on a 186? OpenGL? Does it really run on OpenGL? The 386 came in 1985, so it was probably running on a 386 to begin with. Oh my god. They didn't... Oh, wait. The 386 hadn't stopped being produced until 2007. They were still producing 386s until 2007. Just because so much legacy equipment, especially in like aerospace, used 386s, then they didn't upgrade anything. Just like how like the frickin' like the computers for the space shuttles that were built in the early 80s, they never upgraded the computer systems and flight systems. They just left them all, and they're still running 80s stuff even up to the end. Love how DOS games now come with DOSBox. What is DOSBox? Oh, just an emulator of DOS. You know what I miss about games? They don't come in the big cardboard boxes anymore. Mostly because they don't have to hold 5 1/4 inch floppies. But I miss those boxes. I miss the big computer boxes, even if there's a little CD or something in there. Here's a question: would you play Blood or Shadow Warrior? I mean, probably, but again, I don't know if I'd ever even get to it. Would I play it? Yes. Do I have the time to play it? No idea. Just released Chex Quest in the big box. Yeah, if I was doing like content creation for like full time, then I could easily get to all these games. But having a day job and doing that, it's gonna be difficult. So yeah, so like if I get way more followers for gaming stuff, then sure. Hey, Taco hopped over onto the Discord if he's still on the chat. Yeah, the my gaming following is a little slow. Wrestling following has been better. The newswire has been helpful, and DC being the co-host has helped the podcast a bit, but still need more exposure. I'd really like to build up, all three of my major projects: Tea and Tobacco, That's Wrestling, and just the gaming from Zoic Stark. it's just not growing as fast as I did a good job. It's like I did a good job with Tea and Tobacco. That's growing. Like you said, I'm almost to 9,000 subscribers on YouTube, but there's zero support. That's kind of like the biggest problem. Like YouTube has zero support for the content, which is a big problem. Like YouTube doesn't support your content until you have until you're monetized, basically. Until you have at least 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours of view in the past 12 months. Until you have that, YouTube doesn't give a crap about you. So that's one thing that's been hindering growth heavily on Tea and Tobacco. That just died. They were when they hit everybody with demonetization, that also kills them from even promoting you, which is a real bummer. So that sucks. And then since I don't have the stats on the other two channels at the moment, there's not really any support over there either. Working on it. I need to figure out how to promote That's Wrestling more without seeming beggy. Though just saying that makes me feel beggy. I don't know. I need a PR guy. I need somebody who does marketing. Like, I kind of got my little team. I got some co-hosts. I have a graphics guy. I don't think he's watching right now, but Anthony is awesome. He's been great doing graphics, and I did throw him a little cash because I don't want him to completely be put out, but you know, I'd like to be able to pay all my guys, all the guys that help with the podcast. But right now there's a completely negative cash flow on That's Wrestling. What if I played Resident Evil? What about it? Or play Retromania Wrestling. I'm going to do that when it comes out. Is that out yet? That's not out yet. That's coming out in July, right? Like, I'm hoping once I have the time, once my job is over, which we are just over a month out now, supposedly. We'll see if they extend my contract again. Doesn't look like they will, but if they do, then that's going to just push it out. But once I finally have full time and I can actually get these guides out, that like the Ori guide, I have all the video taken now. It's just need to edit it and do all that stuff. That's a huge pain in the butt. It's just like I have no time. I'm like super overwhelmed having, a full-time job and then having 3 side projects. Like for Tea and Tobacco, I haven't done a review in what, like 3 months at this point? Maybe I'll film one this weekend. I just need I need to get a whiteboard to throw over here on this wall that nobody can see. That just puts down my to-do list, my daily to-do list, to make sure it's like, okay, make sure I put a tweet out, make sure I have filmed a video for Tea and Tobacco, make sure that I make sure that I'm up to date on what needs to be done for That's Wrestling. Make sure, I just need to have like a daily checklist that I have to do every day to start like gaining momentum. That's just right now, it's just so overwhelming. WWE is rumored to be buying Evolve. Yeah, I heard that. Did I hear it last night? I think I heard it last night. Neither side has confirmed that, but Evolve is not looking good. The cancellation of the WrestleMania weekend stuff has really killed them financially. So Evolve might be gone. Evolve might have to close. It's still up in the air. Like I said, neither side is confirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just buy the tape library and then just shutter it. That's the one minor good thing that that WWE has done. They've been buying. They have the tape library, and they've been putting all that kind of stuff up on the network. Just it kind of sucks having it all in one place. Things could happen. Who the heck knows? Even though WWE feels like they're a non-wrestling centric company these days. I believe in you. How's it going? Probably didn't respond fast enough, so I believe in you is probably gone. They dabbled having it evolve on the network in the past. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? Can you go out? Alright, let me message mommy to take you out. Okay. Thank you for burping in my ear. Actually, this cigar is about done, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up in a minute. And then I'll let you out, okay? Go play some fetch before bedtime to kind of wear you out a bit. They didn't even use Impact Plus footage on Table for 3 that's featured. Yeah, they've gotten footage from TNA, from Impact, whatever. They've licensed, pieces. So, I mean, they've always picked up tape libraries whenever they're available. That's fine. If they put them on the network and it's available for people to watch, that's cool. But if they completely like take it and shutter it, that's kind of a bit of a bummer. And it'd really suck to lose Evolve because they're one of the bigger indies. They're like the next level, right under like they're probably at ROH level at this point. Now I think about it, because ROH has been tanking like crazy. So you kind of have like the yeah, probably at this point. What's the order? Probably WWE, AEW, New Japan. I don't know who's fourth. Impact and ROH. I don't know which one would be 4 and 5. MLW. Would MLW even beat out and land at 4? Especially because they just signed a deal with DAZN. So, but I don't know how well that's going to penetrate into the US. I haven't even seen any MLW. but I hear good things about it. I just haven't gotten around to seeing it. Who is Evolve? Evolve is basically NXT development. I know they have a relationship. Well, right now they're still owned by Sinclair. So AEW is so not AEW. So ROH is probably going to be fine because Sinclair still owns them. They still have deep pockets. If Sinclair wants to, they could make ROH better because they have the money. They have the TV reach. They just need to treat it better. And ROH just needs to figure out how they need to structure themselves to stand out. Um, that's kind of the biggest thing. I hear Impact is doing okay right now, but again, none of them. They have they're on Access, but Access is not very far. And even when they're on Twitch, they were still only getting what, like 1,000 people watching on Twitch. So I don't know. I don't even know where it's gonna go. I'd like to see Sinclair put more money into ROH and actually get somebody in there to run it solid. I'd like to see MLW get a TV deal that is more than just a non-channel on somewhere that nobody has. And I'd like to see Impact do something, but they're on Access right now, and Access has been losing ground as far as I know. But I don't know. We'll see. Given that, well, I think the biggest thing is going to happen. What's going to happen when WWE's Fox deal runs out? Because Fox is going to be like, okay, this $1 billion deal was not worth it at all. So what's the fallout from that going to happen? If WWE can't get another $1 billion deal, what's going to happen? Because I mean, TNT made the deal with AEW for what, $170 million over 3 years with an option for a fourth, with first dibs for a fourth, something like that. So I mean, that's a solid deal for AEW. I mean, roughly 50 million and change per year from TNT. Plus, I think the fourth year is way jacked up too if they want to keep them, which I'm assuming they will, because I mean they're doing at least solid numbers. They're still doing relatively solid numbers. I'm guessing they'll probably go up, hopefully. And then New Japan, they need to make a play in the US. Just want Impact and AEW with a dash of NWA. Are you saying that's what you would like ROH to be? No, you want ROH to slowly pass. Yeah, I mean, that was one thing I was saying. I was wondering if Impact and ROH would merge. If Impact and ROH merges, what I do is either one, keep the ROH name and dump Impact, or dump both of them and go with a completely new name. Get rid of all the baggage that goes with both companies and basically start anew. That is probably the best way to go if ROH and Impact merge together. But the problem is, they're both owned by competing television companies, so that's not going to happen until one of them wants to get rid of the other. Until one of them wants to get rid of the wrestling promotion that they have. Once one of them gives it up, the other one should buy it. But again, these are television companies, and they're not really worried. They're not really. It's cheap content for them for the most part because they're not paying them much. Impact's getting what, a couple million a year. ROH is. I think ROH's budget is what Sinclair gives them, like $2.5 million a year or something like that, and the rest of it they have to come up with through gates and pay-per-view and whatnot. Impact, I have no idea what Access is giving Impact. Or Anthem. Anthem is the parent company. I don't know how much Anthem is giving Impact. I'm guessing it's not a lot. 5 million maybe. So it's cheap content for them. They're only paying $5 million a year for 52 weeks of 2 hours of programming. That's cheap. That's ridiculously cheap. Impact with ROH's TV deal would be fantastic. What TV deal from? You mean the other way around? Because Impact is on Access. ROH just has syndicated crap, and they're not on the same time everywhere. So I'm guessing you mean the other way around. Because Impact has the better TV deal. ROH is totally buying Slammiversary this year. I haven't been following Impact at all, so I don't even know. And if I was to follow another promotion, it wouldn't be Impact. I'd probably start following MLW first. I'm already following AEW and New Japan, and New Japan is starting on Monday, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to freaking finally see New Japan again. But I think the next, if I was to add another promotion in, I think it'd be MLW first. I think MLW has more potential. They're on a weird channel, but it's consistent. Who are we talking about? MLW, ROH, or Impact? Impact is on Access at a consistent time. ROH may be on a. ROH is syndicated across Sinclair's channels, and they're put on at weird times across the country. They're not like on a national channel at the same time everywhere. It may be consistent locally, so they may be consistently on at 1 in the morning every week on the specific local channel, but they're not like on an Access, which is nationwide, so Impact is on at the same time every week on Access, whereas ROH, it may be locally, it may be consistent, but there's a lot of places that it's not. Like, I've seen a lot of places that ROH will be on at 11:30 one week, it'll be on at 12:30 in the morning a different week, it'll be on at 11 o'clock p.m. another week. Like, it shifts and moves around. So some local, maybe. Yeah, Impact. Who on earth has Access? Probably most people that have a decent cable package and or a decent satellite package. Let's see if I can find their reach. Access is in 50 million households as of October 2019. So they have half the reach of TNT. Actually, they have a little more than half the reach of TNT, which is not too bad. The TNT, I think, is an 89,000 or something, and they're at 89 million, and Access is in 50 million homes. So that's not too bad. Let's see, Sinclair. Just want Impact to invade AEW. Well, that ain't gonna happen. What channel is ROH on? Currently airing on in the UK. Yep, not what I asked. TV listings, ROH. So where I live, ROH is not available. It is not available in Los Angeles. I don't remember New York's postal code. So yeah, Impact has significantly more reach than ROH does. Check New York. So they do have. They are in New York. Midnight on Sunday morning. 6 a.m. in Buffalo. 5:30 a.m. in Buffalo. Midnight in Rochester. 1:30 in the morning on a different station in Rochester. Oh no, same station. 2 a.m. Yeah, so it's scattered. So it's completely different. ROH apparently is on Fight TV. Yeah, but New York State. But it's not where I live. It's not in Los Angeles, which is really strange. Well, at least Beverly Hills, because that's the only zip code I know. Los Angeles zip codes. 90001. 91230. They're in Bakersfield at midnight. Yeah, so that's kind of the problem with ROH. They're not on a set time for everyone, whereas Impact is. And Impact is on a national channel that's in 50 million homes, whereas ROH is scattered across random affiliates of Sinclair. I don't even. Oh, Marty Scurll's the booker now, huh? I haven't seen anything since Marty took over. So I'm curious. I might, once they start back up, I might check it out just to see what the booking is like from Marty. But we'll see. All right, well, my cigar is toast. So I'm going to call it an evening. And I'm probably going to get a video up for That's Wrestling because a bunch of news has come out for AEW and some for New Japan. So I will be making one of those. But all right, so thanks for everybody who tuned in. And I will probably see you next time. Hopefully. Well, not probably. I hopefully will see you next time. Hopefully you'll join us again. All right, see you.